Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Sunday. So this is my second candle review of the day. I wanted to dedicate just a whole video, not just to this particular candle that I'm going to tell you guys about today, but just some general thoughts I have about the company, which is Root. I have been purchasing Root candles for a number of years, and if you've been with my channel for a while, you know that I used to be able to actually get Root candles at wholesale prices at my local flower market where I shop for my wholesale floral. I am a florist. That is my day job, if you will. And the vendor that I liked to frequent at the big market that I go to had pretty much, I would say, almost all of the Root candles on hand. Even their like pillar candles in the different colors. They had the different like just seasonally available scents. So when things came out for fall or the holidays, like the market always had samples there to sniff. And then you could also purchase either in bulk or just, you know, whatever candles you wanted to. You didn't have to buy them like in bulk necessarily, but the pricing was sweet because it was wholesale pricing. So and because of that, I used to buy a lot of Root candles and I really enjoyed them. And I found that in the last, I would say it's probably been in the last couple years, there are some things that I have noticed in the newer candles that I have purchased that has just left me thinking, what are you doing, Root? What's going on with your candles? So that's kind of what today's video is about. I'll talk about my little bit of event here with what I've noticed towards the end of the video. So if you're just here for my thoughts on this particular Root candle, which is their Christmas cookie scent, let's talk about that right now. So first off, I'm not quite to the halfway point with this candle, as you can see. However, my wax pool has definitely gotten beyond the halfway point. You can see there's kind of that different color wax right there. That is because that has already been liquefied. So the wax, when you first get this candle, has this like creamy white color that you see at the bottom. So Root candles are made with they're a beeswax blend, so they really burn forever. I mean, a Root candle, you could have one of those for like months. If you only light up the candle for like a few hours a day, like, you know, maybe only like a couple times a week, like you'll have one of these candles forever because they take forever to burn. So burn time has never really been an issue with Root candles for me. The wax is definitely a very different consistency. You will get residue, as you can see on the side of the jar there, because it almost turns into like a lava consistency. It's very thick. It almost looks bubbly, and in fact, you might be able to see some of the bubbles in there in the wax. Can you see those? It just gets very bubbly, and it's a very slow burning candle. The wicks on this particular one they're good wicks. I really don't have to trim them. In fact, this is when I blew it out after the last burn. That's the length of the wicks. So I feel like it definitely, it's a very easy candle to take care of because I don't even really have to trim the wicks in between the burns. That being said, there have been other Root candles where I have had to trim the wicks. So I think the ones that they're using in this honeycomb style jar are just maybe a little bit different. And it, you know, it could very well be that different vessels require different wicks. Now, what I'm used to with them are they called it the either large or small Veriglass style. So it was kind of like a trumpet shaped vessel, and it was like a really nice thick glass at the bottom, and then just the glass itself was also, it had a nice thickness to it as well. A lot of those Veriglass jars, either the large, medium, or small, I actually used as drinking glasses afterwards because they just cleaned up so nicely, and they were the perfect drinking glasses until Craig and Stella, you know, smashed them to bits, because that's just what happens with glass drinking cups at our house. Sorry, Kong's barking. Stella's gonna take care of him here in a second. But anyway, so this particular scent, Christmas Cookies, I was really intrigued by because, as you know, I love me some foodie scents. So I was very excited to get this in the mail. First off, the scent itself, it just smells like a cheap vanilla cookie. This smells incredibly generic, and sometimes I say the word generic and I mean it in a good way. In this case here, it smells like maybe a vanilla candle that you got from like the Dollar Tree or something like that. I just feel like the fragrance oils that they used for this just do not measure up to what I'm used to in terms of fragrances from Root. Normally, the oils that they use are very authentic, very high quality. The scents definitely smell elevated, like they don't typically smell cheap. They oftentimes also have like a really nice complex scents. But this, it smelled so cheap. That being said, it still is a vanilla scent, and vanilla scented candles are great to pair with other scents to maybe tone down maybe a floral candle, or to complement a really nice bakery type scent. This, I mean, on cold sniff, like I said, it's just that very generic, cheap vanilla scent. The worst part about this, though, you guys, is this has almost zero strength and almost zero throw. I cannot even get this candle to throw or to even really smell it in any kind of way in my entryway. And that area right over, you guys can see it over there, that entryway area, that is what I call the fragrance vortex in my house. Normally, most candles that don't perform anywhere else, if I put them over there, you can smell them. Like, there's just something about the airflow in that area right there where it just takes even the mildest candle and at least makes it so that you can smell it in this entryway area over here. I can't smell this at all in my entry area. Like, I have to stick my nose into it, and when it's lit, I can't even get close enough because it like burns my nose. Like, that's how far I have to stick my nose into this to actually smell anything from this candle. These retail for $24.95, and they are, what are these, 14 ounces? 12 ounces. These are 12 ounces. The jar is beautiful. It has a gorgeous honeycomb like etching on it. It's definitely great packaging. Love the packaging. It's nice and thick. I don't think it's a problem with the glass at all. I think this is a case of maybe they just didn't add enough fragrance oils to it, or maybe they paired the wrong wick with it. It certainly gets really nice and hot when it's burning, because you can see there's at least a ½ inch wax pool that completely melts down. So it's, I don't even think it's the waste. I think it's just that they picked some fragrance oils here that are just not very strong. Hi, buddy. You're so cute. Mr. Kong just came in, decided to join me. Here's the thing, though. This isn't exclusive to this scent. This is something that I have, and this takes me into my rant. This is something that I've just noticed across the board with candles that I have ordered from Root in the last couple of years. The flower market stopped carrying the candles a couple years ago. It was actually right around the time that they made the switch from that Veriglass design to either this or they're more now traditional, like straight up and down, like cylinder filled candles. It no longer has that trumpet shape. It's more of just a traditional cylinder that they have for their candles. Something more along the lines of this. This is obviously a different candle company, but I just find that the scents are so weak. The strength and the throw, it's just not what it used to be. I don't know if that's a conscious thing on Root's part to maybe try to save money, to pull back a little bit on the amount of oils that they include in the scents, or if they maybe switched suppliers for their fragrance oils, or I don't know what the deal is. I am obviously not a candle maker. I am not familiar with all of the science that goes on behind the scenes, but I do know that a company that I used to love buying from has really, like, I've really had to change my mind about them. Like, I don't think personally that I'm gonna be ordering anything from Root anytime soon, because I'm just not having luck with the candles anymore. And that's really sad, because like I said, I've really enjoyed Root candles in the past. Now, I still have a like holiday tree scented candle that I purchased this summer, as well as a tobacco vanilla or vanilla tobacco scent. I've had that one in the past before, and it's really nice. I haven't burned those yet though, so I don't know how those are going to do, but based on the last couple, or even the Paradise candle that I bought like a couple years ago before they discontinued the scent, like very, very light strength on that. Whereas when it was still sold in like the Queen Bee jars, which was another type of jar that they used to have, it was very, it was a great performer. So something has definitely changed at Root, and it is unfortunately not for the better. And I just don't see myself buying a whole lot from them anymore. Have you guys had a similar experience? I know that I have quite a few Root candle reviews on my channel, and I was looking back through some of those, and it just, like, the amount of strength, the amount of throw, just the scents overall just used to be so much better. Like, I used to be so much more impressed by the company, and now it just is, I mean, I don't even know that I want to keep burning this. Yes, it can be, you know, some added ambiance, but I think at this point I might actually throw this in my candle crock, either upstairs or in the dining room over here, and see if I can maybe get a little bit more out of this in terms of performance, at least being able to smell it. I'm thinking about trying that. So here's the thing. I'm recording this particular video on, today is Wednesday for me, and you guys aren't going to see this video until Sunday. So what I'm going to do is, in the description box down below, I will update you on what happened with this after I put it in my candle crock, because that's just where I'm going to go put it after this video. It's not worth me lighting this up again. I would rather be burning a candle where I get some fragrance out of it. Ambiance, obviously very important when it comes to candle burning. We all love that flicker and that light, that warm romantic glow that we get from a candle. But half of it for me is that I am getting scent from a candle as well. It has to have a strong scent, strength, and throw. This just doesn't have it. So anyway, basically, moral of the story is I'm disappointed. I'm really disappointed in Root. This really used to be one of my go-to companies, and I don't know. I don't think that I can continue to like try to test things out from them, because I'm just not having great luck with them. So I don't know. Let me know your experience down below. I know a lot of you really like a lot of Root scents as well. And, you know, we've definitely had some great conversations over the years about what, you know, some of their more unique or delicious scents are. But at this point, I don't know. I don't feel like I even want to spend any more of my money there, because I can get a flickering flame and fragrance from so many other candles out there, and this just isn't worth it to me. So sorry about the negative review, but here's the thing. Not every candle company is going to do everything perfectly, right? And I think that that's okay. Like, everyone is allowed to, you know, have a flop every now and then. But I think what I've noticed myself is just there's some consistency for me now in terms of bad results. And when I get to that point, it just makes me want to stop buying from the company. So I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. Leave your comments down below. And again, check out the description box. I'll let you know if this does any better in the candle crock. So, all right, you guys, have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for tuning in today for these 2 candle reviews. If you missed the first one, I'll link that in the description box as well. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.